Stage, Devin Papayiannis, everybody. Devin!
I'm a dad. I never thought I'd be a dad. When I first met my son's mother, she told me she had an IUD. Yeah, it turns out she had dyslexia and a DUI, so I was screwed. Yeah, she really caught me on that one, I can tell you that. But I am glad that he does look like me, because growing up, I was the only person in my family that had red hair. So my whole life I always heard, you must be the milkman's son. You know, some people weren't so nice. Some people look at me and be like, hey, you know your mom's a whore, right? Yeah, but that was only part of the reason we stopped visiting my grandpa. Yeah, but being a redhead, you have to have thick skin. Because I remember early on in my 20s, I got a message from this man on Facebook. Turns out he was my biological father. Yeah, turns out I'm Puerto Rican and Sicilian, and my mom's a whore, so that was great. But I recently found out gingers cannot donate their sperm at sperm banks. I know, isn't this crazy? Yeah, so I started selling mine at local farmers markets. Yeah, I label them organic ginger roots. And this, I promised, all homegrown, hand squeezed, so. I am actually going through a divorce right now, and then for people that are thinking about going through a divorce, let me give a little advice for you guys. A cheap divorce is $10,000. An expensive funeral is $8,000. All I'm saying is do your research. You can either look like a loving husband or a shitty one, so. But no, honestly, the divorce is going very smooth. The only thing that we are having an issue with is the custody battle. Yeah, and that's only because neither of us really want full time. And yeah, it's just us in court saying the nicest shit about each other. I've never seen a judge so confused in his entire life. A lot of people come over to my apartment now, and it's a lot nicer than what they expect it to be. You know, and they assume I'm domesticated. Tell you the truth, I think I just have PTSD from being married. Yeah, I'll give you an example. I was sitting on my couch the other day. I guess when my neighbors slammed their door, I immediately got up and started doing the dishes. Yeah, heard yelling through the wall. Started doing laundry, hoping it'll stop. It's crazy. I did start seeing a therapist for my divorce, though. But I can't tell if I have a really good therapist or a really bad therapist, because every time I go, he just acts like he hates her more than I do. Yeah, like last session, as soon as I closed the door, I couldn't even sit on the couch. He's like, what'd that bitch do this time? Guys, I was stunned. My jaw hit the floor. I said, first off, Doc, I don't think we got to talk about her like that. And as soon as I said that, I thought to myself, I was like, holy shit, therapy works. I know, complete 180 from who I was when I walked in that door, guys. I can tell you that right now. But I was actually dropping my son off the other day, and I saw that she was missing her headlight out of her car, so I asked her what happened. She said she don't know, so we looked on she has a dash camera on her car, so we looked at the film, and somebody blatantly comes, checks at her car, kicks the headlight out, and runs out. But what I didn't tell her is I happen to know the person on the video. It was my therapist, so. Yeah, we no longer hang out during the week. We hang out on the weekends now, so I made a friend for life, so that's cool. Now that I'm single, too, people always tell me to get a dog, but they're like, make sure it's a rescue, make sure it's a rescue. First off, I don't want a rescue. You know what I want? I want a retired police drug dog. You guys clearly don't know how much weed I lose in my apartment. Right? He's finding me treats, I'm giving him treats 1 month, 20 pounds later, we're the happiest couple you'll ever see. No, I've been smoking for a while, so you guys remember those old anti-drug commercials? You'd be like, this is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. And they'd perfectly fry an egg up in 30 seconds, next to some orange juice and pancakes. Yeah, I saw that. I thought drugs were supposed to be part of a healthy, balanced breakfast. I've been getting high every morning since. I know I smoked too much weed because I spent an hour the other day thinking that if a zombie was to bite a diabetic person, if he would just spit it out and go, ew, sugar-free. You know, I have a lot of dumb high ideas. Like, a lot of my friends are in their 30s. They're starting their businesses now. You know, I'm in my 30s. I want to start a business. So I look up how these big businesses get started. A lot of them just started off in their parents' garage. And I looked up what was the most lucrative business in America, and I found out it was private prisons. Yeah, guys, I could keep at least 7 people in my mom's garage, all right? be a good investment for all of us. But people always ask me too, Devin, when are you going to get your medical license? And I'm going to be honest with you guys right now. I've been buying from the same Spanish guy for 9 years. Honestly, also the most stable relationship I've ever been in my entire life. So guys, that's my time. My name's Devin Papayiannis. Thank you so much.